Good evening, all. It's me, Trustarscreamer from the Figure Action Show, and I'm here to give you guys a little bit of advice, a special announcement. Actually, um, more of a just a suggestion from me to you. Please don't spoil Spider-Man for me. If you do, I'll increase your odds of meeting Stan Lee next week. Thank you so much. Roll that footage.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
You know, I think it's pretty obvious T-Man's not here this evening. He's either seeing Spider-Man or this is happening. No.
It could be both.
It could be both. It's not on Disney Plus, so he actually had to.
Or it could be pirated.
Go out.
But what is going on, everybody? It is Thursday. It's 9 o'clock, and if you're here, watch us live on YouTube. 1, thank you very much. 2, Kielbasa slam that like button. 3, hop over to that live chat. We've already got a bunch of awesome people hanging out, chatting with us. We'll be highlighting your comments, talking with y'all throughout the course of the show, and we love our audience.
Even Matt Wingham?
We love him too. We love him too.
Okay. Only because he told me.
I know he recently won one of our giveaways, as did Antoine. I saw Antoine got his shirt and is liking it. He sent me an image of that. If you are interested in getting
He was
our
only
shirts,
wearing the shirt.
like the one I'm wearing right now, the Vice design, or like Dave's wearing the Mandalorian design, or hey, Matt's just got a regular shirt on, but hey, at least he's wearing a shirt tonight. You can head on over to our Teespring store, which, as always, is linked in the description down below. We have some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. You're going to help out our channel. You're going to look good doing it. And I'll probably be giving away a shirt and maybe another bonus item before the year wraps up. We've only got
as soon as I figured out actually how to log into that place, I got 2 really good shirt designs.
Well, maybe we can make that a goal for the week. I'm off all next week, and maybe we can get those up on the shop. And Deluxe, we love you too. So thanks for hopping in the chat.
Deluxe, would you be interested in starring in a commercial for us? You could do a promo.
I would love that. We could.
I think you should
make
do a promo.
Teespring commercial.
No, I mean just for our show. I mean, I think. Hey, everybody, don't worry about my channel. Y'all go over to Figure Action right there.
And he'd end it with like, man, fuck them guys.
yeah, he'd be like, and while you're at it, shop at the Chosen Prime.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got quite a bit to talk about tonight. If you're in, and it's. We are mostly a Transformers focused show, but man, there was a huge Marvel drop today.
My collection is so Transformers focused.
I mean, in terms of what we talk about here, but we do love all toys. So
all toys matter. Ooh, that's another good shirt, Matt.
There you go. Let's find out how everybody's doing tonight. I guess we'll start off with Trustarscreamer down here. Dave, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
Oh, I barely survived today. I mean, not that you guys really care about my work life and all, but I was putting in a fireplace store that was supposed to be a simple fireplace store. Just put it in, bolt it in, call it a day, give me money. Yeah, none of that shit happened. So it went straight from missizing to nearly tearing off a bunch of shiplap off a fire. Yeah, it got ugly.
Shiplap?
But forget about that. I did get stuff. First, to quote the infamous Pake for Life, yeah, I'm part of the problem. This is like the one Mortal Kombat figure I told myself I wasn't going to buy. I thought it was ugly, everything else, and then I saw it in person, and it looked a lot better in picture than in all the promo pictures.
I think you said just as recently as last week that you weren't going to get it.
Yeah. T-Man was on one of his toy hunts. And the thing is, when I first saw the pictures, they made his chest look so freaking large compared to the rest of it. I am completely weirded out right now. But
it's like being
but
back
yeah,
on
this-
Patriot Prime.
But yeah, so the proportions look a lot better in person than they did on any picture. So yeah, I'm part of the problem. I got my Hercules, which looks also really good in person.
Does anybody
And
still get that reference? It's been a long time. I get it. I just don't know if anybody else
do
does.
too.
Okay.
You know what just popped into my head? The fact that movie, I was like thinking like Nutty Professor's got to be like 20 years old. No, it came out in 96.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's how
I
long
know,
you've
right?
been making that joke.
I mean, if you think about it,
my hip.
That movie is 25 years old this year.
Oh, Jesus. You can
Now,
rent a car.
if you follow it up with "Oh My Lanta," you're really gonna really date yourself there.
Oof. Oh.
Deep cuts from Mike Rogers.
Oh.
It is a great movie.
Yeah. Some would say Eddie Murphy's last good movie.
No, come on, you didn't like
Pluto Nash? No.
Norbit?
No.
Everybody did.
But anyway, so yeah, I got this. Look forward to putting him on the shelf. I'm in one of my groups, and we did a Secret Santa where I sent my guy some Studio Series Transformers, and my Secret Santa sent me not only the Ghostface from Scream, which is a figure I kept looking at, passing over. So I now have him. Now Pinhead's my new looking at, passing over. But this is absolutely a very cool NECA figure with all kinds of soft goods. And I got
cool.
Amigo Stan Lee, which is probably going to stay in the package because you can't do jack with Migos.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good presentation piece. Yes,
he can fall over, and you don't want that because it'd be super sad. He'd fall over, and it would be super sad.
Yeah.
Dave Freeze.
I do believe he did. And
is it my internet?
Oh, there he goes. It is your internet. Nope. It happened again. The quizzical look on Dave's
Was it my internet?
I believe it's your internet, Matt.
It is your internet, yes.
Great. Where did I stop at?
We were talking about it being sad if the Migo fell over.
You had just told us your bad joke for the start of the episode, and then you froze.
But yeah,
well,
so I got
good news for Mike Rogers. You can you can always go back and watch back catalog episodes of Figure Actions, including scenes where Joe and Dave and T-Man freeze. Although I think you'll be it a couple times. So
anyway, Dave, go on.
And last but not least, from GameStop, I did get my Commando, Snake Eyes, and Timber.
Haven't busted it open yet, huh?
I have not busted open a single G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Because I've been waiting to get, because I've been trying to get my display set up, and every time I try to get my display set up, I end up having to move or basement floods.
Wait a minute. So that's how you break the cycle, is just open up one of those fuckers.
That's true.
Literally. Those are all my G.I. Joes all packed up, still just in the sealed box.
Have some floor time. Come on now.
Actually, speaking of the display, I got the Spider-Man shelf set up, the Spider-Man villain shelf set up, and the symbiote shelf set up.
So are you going to do a tour video?
Well, I'm just saying I'm finally starting the arduous task of the Marvel Legends display.
Okay.
Actually, I did a small room tour last week on Instagram.
Mike Rogers is trying to fact check you here. He calls you opening up Baroness. You painted the bike.
I did open up the movie Baroness, and I had bought a Baroness loose a while ago.
Was she loose because she had fun with Destro?
It's all that chrome plating and not on his head, right? Well, kind of was.
But that is my crazy week. Oh, and I did finally get some figure photography going on, so I got a really good picture of the gunslinger spawn on my Instagram, which I
saw.
very happy.
Some good stuff.
That was.
I saw
that
one of
picture-
the custom Instagrams did a soft goods jacket for gunslinger spawn. So
I did repaint. I repainted that gunslinger. I threw the usual dry brushing. I also painted all his silver buckles because not all of them were painted on there.
Yeah.
I put a wash on all the gun stocks to bring out the. And I actually put a little bit of a wash on the jacket, and I dry brushed his face, which brought out the like the cheekbones and stuff, made him look a little more gaunt. I'm actually really pleased how that one turned out.
Now, Deluxe posted this. He said, "How's the people still have bad internet? I'm in Arkansas, and we have great stuff."
Because I'm in North Carolina.
Sportimus got an acoustic wave. I'm glad you like it. He is an amazing figure, which I haven't actually transformed yet, but I don't really see a need to because I don't need it to be a box.
Well, one thing you do need to do is tell us
How many
about
boxes
the stuff
you got
this
to get
week.
your hands on anyway, man?
I mean, I don't need another one that. Anyway.
Tell us about
Awesome
your week and what you got.
I work 2 more days before the end of the year. So I go into work Monday, I go into work Tuesday of next week, and then I am totally done until January 4th. So hooray for me. That's what I got. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm off tomorrow as well. So good times. I didn't get so I have a tracking app on my phone. 2 things. One, I have a tracking app on my phone that is literally one top of my phone to the bottom with line items that I'm tracking that just seem to be in the middle of the fucking nexus somewhere in the USA. Like they're just, but all of the agencies are just like, your package exists, but it's somewhere between, I'm not sure if it's A or B. It could be, pick a letter. So I have lots of stuff inbound, both Christmas presents to other people and Christmas presents to myself because I'm an only child and petulant. So that stuff's coming in. In the meantime, I did pick up a few things. I found pipes. So I got pipes. Good figure. One of the things I'm waiting on is
how can you say he's a good figure and he looks like he's sealed in there?
Well, because I know his brother Huffer and he's a good figure, so I'm happy to have this one. And I ordered the upgrade. First time I ever ordered an upgrade kit. I have an upgrade kit for Huffer coming in with fill-in pieces. So excited about that. Today I picked up, I've been staring at this guy. I finally was like, fuck it. Why don't I pick him up? But I got the Victory Royale Ripley. He's really cool. I like him. He's a very interesting looking action figure, which I appreciate. It's what this line's all about. So I picture him maybe being posed behind my Mezco Rumble Society Baron Benz.
Ooh, so, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I might have him be some kind of like underwater minion. And then finally, a figure that is worth every dollar that I paid for him, and that is the Shattered Glass Mechatron. He's fine. Like, he's fine. This was a generous donation from ExtraZero because it wasn't good enough for him to keep because of the paint blemish on the chin. So he's like, who should I give my trash to? And then he's texted me and said, hey, do you want my trash? I'm like, yes, I do.
Yeah, but I know you can paint.
I can. So no, I'm kidding. I'm very appreciative, and he is a.
Well, also figure. You got to thank Deluxe because he was the one that helped me out. So I still have to pay it. I've been searching for something he doesn't have.
I'm not thanking Deluxe for shit, so don't worry about that.
Well, because you cannot find that figure anywhere. It's so weird because he was probably the least interesting of all the Shattered Glass, and he was just like gone.
I think it's because they just gave up selling him because he's kind of okay.
Maybe.
I said 2 things. The other thing is as I sit here, we have one of Colin's Christmas presents on the desk behind me. For whatever reason, he got it in his head that in the worst way he wants Mexican jumping beans. So the entire time I've been sitting here waiting for the show to start, I've been hearing. So I'm super paranoid when it comes to like the house, like hearing noises. And I've been hearing this clicking over my shoulder on the desk. And it's those fucking beans jumping in their little container because.
How long do they live?
I don't know. Hopefully till Christmas.
Because you know what they are, right?
They're little like worms inside of those shells that are eating their way out. So, that's where I'm at. So I'll give it back to you, Jordan. How are you? What have you gotten? And what?
Well, I'm doing better now. I do have to highlight Aquatechi's comment here about Ripley looking like Osmosis Jones on
That is
roids.
very true.
How old is that movie now? That's got to be over 20 years old. I'm doing better. I was very sick last week, and I don't know what it was. It wasn't COVID. It wasn't strep throat.
Hold on.
All right.
I got another cool thing.
All right, don't freeze.
I got my Hasbro Deluxe Zartan.
Ooh. Hit him with the compressed air. Actually, are you opening that one, or are you just gonna?
Eventually.
Oh.
But I love this box.
It is a very cool box. I was talking to Nightwing, and I said what I'm probably going to do is when I get my Joe shelf set up in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to put the Dreadnought mask on my original Zartan and have him displayed as kind of like a trooper sort of thingy. But hey, back to me, so I can sound a little self-centered here.
I mean, we all get our turn. It's your turn.
Don't know whether it was the flu or not, or a strain of the flu. There's also that super cold going around. But I was like, we had to cancel our housewarming party. It sucked. So like the housewarming party now, we're probably just going to combine it with my birthday. Kind of wait for early February, and just kind of wait through the holidays and for whatever's going around to kind of do its thing.
There's that irony. Housewarming party canceled due to cold.
That is an irony. That should have been the show title. That would have been good. Where was that Dave when I needed that Dave to, like, when we were saying why we had to cancel it. It could have been the flu though. But I was not in a good way. I normally am not a person to sleep, and I slept, and I didn't miss any work. I actually worked through it, and then I would just like pass out. It sucked. So I had basically a low-grade fever. I had a bad cough, and we were it was a little touch and go. So we were a little worried about it. So yeah, I missed last week. I actually got some pretty cool stuff in. Thanks to Matt, I was able to get Pipes. I have not seen him in stores at all. I got Slammer. Actually, I got Slammer within that week too. He's downstairs currently. Slammer's okay. Check out T-Man's review. I think the figure's I don't think he's the best weaponizer, but it's cool we're still getting him. But Pipes is awesome. Funny enough, before getting Pipes, I actually got Puffer and Road Rager, and I love this mold. I think the Huffer mold is the best deluxe mold out of all of Kingdom. And I was really not expecting to like Puffer, because like in all the pictures he just like looked washed out and white, and yeah, my lights here not helping his situation, but he's actually got like this cream color, like this grayish cream color. He looks like a 90s keyboard. I know that's probably, I don't want that. But in person, it looks really good. And the thing I appreciate about this set is both Puffer and Road Rager got different heads than Huffer and Pipes. Puffer actually, he has like the a visor, and Road Rager, he actually has like the Huffer toy head with like the mouth plate and the solid visor. I was saying in the chat earlier, the show chat, it's like it amazes me that with T-Rex they just gave like Megatron like silver lipstick, even though they had already made that like toothy grin for the character, for like that leaked. Like somebody got a Megatron with the wrong face. So for like a Target release, something that you'll actually see on the shelves, they're not willing to do a new head sculpt. But for like these Amazon exclusives that are like small batches and come in a box where you will never see the toys, they actually did new head sculpts. So I find that really funny. But I love those. Speaking of Target, when I was shopping earlier, I actually found the Warrior Class Slug, or Slag if you're cool.
Saw him today.
He is awesome. He is like, I mean, I don't know if anybody's getting like the Cyberverse Deluxes. Like, I like supporting a main line. I think this figure really is every bit as good as a. I mean, other than the fact that he's got ball jointed shoulders and hips, I think he's every bit as good as a War for Cybertron figure. He has a really interesting transformation that you wouldn't expect. Like you probably expect he just like the legs fold and the arms
Right, nothing
fold down.
too intricate.
Yeah, but actually the whole chest flips around and like the Stegosaurus head actually pops up and rotates and like so yeah, pops up here and rotates around and then you like take like the whole chest and rotate it. It's really cool. And if you're collecting those figures, you just want like a curiosity piece, definitely think he's a good one to get.
Mike Rogers, you have a pair of what the 2-pack? If you're going to get rid of it, hit me up and throw me a price. We'll talk. We'll see.
You should definitely get that one. I got my acoustic wave in. He's actually downstairs. I actually have like a lot of my MPs back on shelves. I'm hoping to do a room tour relatively soon. And then I also got, I can't remember the last show I was on, I got one of these guys, but I got both of these guys. This one came in the next day. I want to say I got Skids first. Yeah, I got Skids first, and then I was waiting on Road Rager. I'm not Road Rager. Reboost, even though Skids had shipped first. And
that's an awesome little mold. I like that Skids mold.
Absolutely love it. Like I can't wait for Crosscut to come out. Like I'm getting ready to sell a bunch of my old MPs. And I'm putting the X-Transbots up for sale. So when that Crosscut comes out, I'm getting that. I'm also getting rid of the Savant. Like I know there's like a debate right now. So, like Sony has a great comparison. T did a chill comparison thing in his review. I think that the Takara Tomy one blows the third-party X-Transbot one out of the water. That's my personal opinion. I just think it's fun. I think it's very well made, and I don't feel like it's fragile at all. Like the only thing Savant has going forward is it has the little scooter that Reboost comes with, but I don't think I don't really think that he needs it. I don't think Skids he never had it in the cartoon. And lastly, this is like one where I didn't expect BBTS to get it in soon. That is the Optimus Nox, and I hate having like a repaint in figure of the year territory, but god damn, this color scheme, the cape, the sword. I mean, it's the same sword MMC's been using for years, but I just absolutely love this figure to death. Like it's just so cool to pose around. I love this head sculpt here. I know everybody's been showing that off with the shattered mouth plate. This is just probably, of all the black repaints of Optimus Prime that I have, or Nemesis Prime, whatever you want to call him, this one is probably my favorite. Like that Fans Hobby Scourge or Black Convoy, like man, that's a pretty high up contender, but Optimus Nox is like definitely up there. I mean, it's just such a joy to pose around.
So much fun, yeah.
Mine is currently in Concord. It was supposed to arrive today, but somehow
I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of photography you cook up with that one. Oh, Kevin here. No, you were invited to my housewarming party. Come on now. Who are you and what did you do with Zero? I am 100% authentically Zero. Maybe I just have a little bit more energy coming off of this illness. And then also, I am off all of next week. So I'm going to actually get figures on shelves, playing some arcade games, hopefully finishing Halo. And then of course we got Christmas. So it's going to be a good week. Let's enough about me. You guys look bored. Let's talk the little bit of Transformers news we have. I guess first up, Transformers Red. I'm surprised that this line is still alive and kicking, but man, this knockout. What do you guys think about this?
It looks great. And that's the thing. All the red figures looked great. Yet I have yet to hear a red figure handling great.
I'll tell you, the sound wave felt good. The one that I mess with. I like this character, and I want a transforming version. Like I want a
As do I.
I want
mainline
a
version.
good transforming version of him.
Yeah, this could be a good placeholder on the shelf, but I want an actual transforming one.
I agree. Knockout's always been one of my favorite characters.
Kev, just so Kevin knows, he says, I'm glad there's a show tonight. I thought y'all went to see Spider-Man. We have more integrity than T-Man.
I'm going tomorrow at about 11 o'clock, I think.
I'm actually going
I haven't found a babysitter in 5 years.
You have detolfs, I mean, and zip ties.
Soon enough, she'll be old enough to stay home alone, though.
How old is she, Dave?
9.
9? Because it's 8 years old in Maryland that you can stay home by yourself. I'm telling you, just put some peanut butter, like, just out of distance on the shelf that she can barely reach, and she'll just be like reaching for food the whole time, and you won't even know you're gone. Keep her distracted, or zip tie her in a detolf.
Okay, Matt, you're the only person I know who keeps zip ties in their basement.
I keep them in every room of the house. That's your problem. You think too narrowly. You might need them wherever you are, especially in the bathroom. There's a lot in the bathroom.
Where were you January 6th again?
Zip tying myself to the toilet.
So it's interesting here. They're showing this knockout in comparison to the actual transforming figures. I mean, again, this isn't official photography because, hey, it's way too good to be official photography. I have to wonder, that company APC Toys has been really knocking it out of the park with their they're not even third party. We'll call them enhanced knockoffs of the Transformers Prime figures. And let's be honest, like a lot of those Transformers Prime figures had really good engineering for their day.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have good engineering for now. Like they're a little,
they do.
Yeah.
I still have that sound wave on my desk at work because I'm a defense contractor job that makes those, and it's fitting.
Yeah.
They have that bat repaint that our good friend Matthew Deluxe Baldwin did the review on. That almost has, and their prices are reasonable. They're not outlandish. It's actually
like
closer to they're not enhanced in any way besides having a few extra accessories, but that thing's almost got me a few times.
They're a little bit bigger, like
slightly.
Right. But yeah, I would love to see somebody because the knockout figure that came in the Robots in Disguise line, I mean, it was lacking. So I wonder if they could take assets from this sculpt work. I don't know. I feel like I
would love the unique toys approach that they took to the Bayverse films taken to Prime.
Absolutely. And I think somebody will do it. I really do. I think that'll happen. If not them, I think that company Transcraft that does, or is it TransArts? It's TransArts that does the Beast Wars, the Transmetals, and they actually put in extra engineering and stuff. But it's the same base transformations. I think somebody will do it.
But I can see this guy being very popular pickup in light of not having an actual figure for a long time. Yeah, and we'll quickly go to eBay or in the storage as soon as an actual representation comes out.
Yeah. But I'm curious. I mean, RC was pretty well received. I only saw a couple reviews on her, but I think he'll be a good placeholder. For our next one, though, we get to do this.
This week in Repaints.
Only got one. It's this. Who's excited for this? Nobody. Maybe one person. I don't know.
Oh, that's the red, but not red.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The white Ultra
The
Magnus.
not red Optimus Prime.
I think this is like a really missed opportunity for the Red Line to take the base Optimus Prime and like give him armor and maybe do like a $30 price point to like turn him into a proper Ultra Magnus, like helmet, shoulders.
You see, that would be a good idea. So it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I think they'd have been also better off just doing the Nemesis Prime instead of this. Like people would be like, oh, I gotta have that.
Right. That makes more sense. Do some of these more obscure Prime repaints that you don't necessarily need to have transform as stand-ins on your shelf, and that would be an excellent use of this line.
No. This is kind of cool what they did here, where they took like somebody had, they have the Netflix Ultra Magnus. Hey, he's busting out of his armor, but I just think it would have been better to do either a $30 price point, give him the armor. I think it would be, hey, it's cool that he can do this. Like the pieces pop off. But,
Yeah.
Or, and you know what, too? That could even be, there's that scene from the Dreamwave where his part, the armor pieces are falling off. Why not do that with this? Have molded in or glued in pieces in the Magnus armor on him, like junked off, or making it look like he's been through some shit. Like, I don't know, have some fun with it. Make people want to buy this. I realize this is an easy repaint and a simple money grab, but like, what if he had some chunks of the Magnus armor on him? Because
that would be cool too.
Right.
And that would some 3D printers already doing that.
I mean, William says they're probably doing armor upgrade, but I don't know. This is like such an, I don't think there's too many people really like proudly collecting red. I mean, it seems like it's selling okay.
Yeah. And this is another series that needs blast effects.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on that.
Every company, every Figma, Figuarts, Hasbro, everybody please put blast effects or figure effects in, or sell a separate little like container of them, a separate price point of just blast effects. We'll buy them. I promise you we'll buy them.
So this is another one here that's repaint territory, though it's a model kit.
But you can already repaint.
You could. But I originally wasn't going to put this in the notes, but I just did because like this isn't like a traditional Acid Storm color scheme. Like you've got like, some like kind of like teals and purples, grays. I again, this is, we're going to breeze past this. Just want to cover it because I think, the model kits look neat.
Yeah, Acid Storm's one of my favorite Seekers. He's part of the Rainmakers. I love the Rainmakers. This is an awesome use of the mold, and the color scheme is amazing. So good repaint.
Yeah, I like it.
And yeah, just going into our this week in repaints. Of course, this is a pre-painted kit here. Yours obviously isn't going to look like this out of the box. It's probably going to have blue.
Hey, new to be.
But I like the use of the lighter teal on the accent parts. Acid Storm, is usually black accented. This is really good. I like this.
It gives him a little more of a vicious look, to be honest. A little more personality.
A little more toxic. I think it's a little more toxic look.
It reminds me of Bonsai-tron a bit.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, this is it for official toy news. We're going to briefly, I want to talk about this real quick because I'm curious what you guys think, especially Dave. It's funny, like,
you too, man.
well, hey, I know Dave reads comics. I know he's probably familiar with
Matt doesn't read at all. Hey, Matt, what's that bookcase right behind you?
Oh, okay. Well,
my tears.
All right. Fair enough.
It's like the guy's got a bookcase of graphic novels on camera, man.
Fair enough.
And they have words and pictures in them. But Dave, tell us,
never
Dave.
speak up for you.
Dave, you tell us. How are your feelings on this?
Well, considering the fact I tried reading that last IDW Transformers book, and I'm like, fuck this.
I think Skybound would be an interesting company to go with, like Robert Kirkman. Even if he's not directly working on G.I. Joe and Transformers, I think Skybound could bring some interesting storylines to the properties.
Here's the thing. with IDW, they were doing some awesome stuff. Then
Yes.
they stopped doing awesome stuff and apparently went the opposite route.
And
Right.
I think it's important to mention that Hasbro played a role in that too, from what.
But I mean,
Even to a point though, because the Hasbro storyline, they've talked about it before when Hasbro interjects storylines and they have to cover it, but they often always recouped from that story and got back on track to the stories they wanted to tell. So you could cut out like whole story arcs that Hasbro interjected and just keep going with their own stuff.
But even then, I mean, even when they started doing their meta crossover, it's really started interfering into itself. I mean, when they started having the visionaries appear in there, I'm like, okay, now this is just too much.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they had to sell that box set that one convention.
I mean,
but when you get pure IDW storytelling, Last Stand of the Wreckers and Lost Light,
even their interjected stuff with the Combiner Wars and things like that is still better than the current book going out right now.
Yeah,
I skipped a lot of that, so I really can't comment. But
it happened to be packaged with when I bought the Combiner Wars figures. It was packaged with it.
Right.
I'm just saying, it's like even at IDW's worst, it was still better than what is out now.
The relaunch, the renumbering, and the relaunch pissed me off. And I gave up on them after that, and I haven't seen anything in reviews
it's just been boring.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that puts my faith back into it. So I think that they've mishandled it enough where this is a welcome change, and I will be on board with at least the first few issues from whomever company they end up with, and just give them another chance.
Yeah, I mean, and same with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe went. I mean, I actually really liked the Devil's Due run with G.I. Joe. I thought that was
good,
really good. The Coil stuff, how they handle Serpentor, clones, whatever, the Red Shadows. They came up with an ending for it that was a solid ending. Larry Hama's got to be burning out on this stuff, though, man. I'm sorry. I think they just need to have somebody. Well, remember way back when Dreamwave was doing it?
Yeah,
I love the Dreamwave stuff.
Well, the first arc was crap, but then who was it? Those guys,
I disagree.
It was two guys who were Pat Mick. Pat Mick wasn't a single person, but I remember
Pat Lee.
No. Pat Lee ran the company to the ground, but
right.
But it was Pat. No, he was the one who wrote the arcs where we were talking about the Ultra Magnus being in the power armor and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff was really good.
And on top of that, it was you had Minimus Ambus, who wasn't the first Ultra Magnus.
Well, no, that's IDW. No, that's IDW.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Right. No, and IDW was like they didn't hesitate to have fun with it, right?
No,
there's a whole sub story in the Lost Light where the crew is shrunk down and they're fighting this infection, this disease. And it turns out they're inside Ultra Magnus's mouth and they have to fight them. They're attached to Ultra Magnus's pistons inside of his jaw. And in order to win and defeat the bad guys, Ultra Magnus has to smile, which is the hardest thing for him to do, is to have any kind of emotional response. And that's the whole arc. It's just like, you got to smile. And he finally has this real awkward grin and it destroys all the bad guys. It's so much fun.
I actually really like the original IDW run when Simon Furman was writing it. They had
infiltration and all that.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I mean, unfortunately, the ending got lost somehow. Like they didn't know how to end it right, but everything else, the buildup was great. I love that Transformer design. They had Ratchet being more of a badass, and Perceptor's more of a badass. Well, they even commented on that, but he had a reason for that too. So
right.
Anyway, they took all this greatness and ended it fine, and then when they relaunched it, it was
poo-poo,
absolute garbage. And so yes, taking over this license, taking the long way around. Where's my banner here? Where's the banner? There we go. I'm not saying it can't get any worse, but you know what? There's potential to be better, and I'm all for that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. Now, it's also important to note this isn't going to go into effect until 2023, so we probably won't even see anything until late 2023. I would expect probably about summer or fall where we start seeing initial solicitations. A little bit of sad news for Transformers. Had a very, very sad death. If anybody watched The Toys That Made Us, Henry Orenstein, it was mentioned. They reference him here as the Transformers creator and poker innovator. He died at the age of 98. He was
better
one of
than
the.
that.
It's a good long life. If you read his story,
Betty White lasted him. That's about it.
Yeah, guy was a Holocaust survivor, and he was a very young boy who managed to fortunately get out of the concentration camps in Nazi Germany and became a toy maker after that, and then worked with Hasbro. Was one of the people that the main contributor for bringing the toy line over to the U.S. and branding it as Transformers.
Him, is it?
What's that?
That's not him, is it?
No, that's a Mercari ad. This is on Newsweek.
Gotcha.
So
I love the fact though you got a Transformers the movie ad.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's been a lot of creator and creatives deaths lately. There was the writer behind Cowboy Bebop just died.
Yeah,
one of the creatives.
George Perez, unfortunately, is on his way out. He just got diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Yeah, I mean it's the sad part of getting older. Here we are talking about the Nutty Professor being, oh my God, that movie's 25 years old, and it's just interesting the perception of time. Things that seem like they were just yesterday are really not.
I mean, look at our guys like Frank Welker, Peter Cullen, Gary Bell, like all these,
Michael Bell.
Michael Bell, sorry, yeah,
and
Michael Bell.
I'm a big Michael Bell fan. I'm a huge fan of the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver games. When Soul Reaver 2, the Legacy of Kain games, but specifically Soul Reaver, like the Blood Omen stuff is like not necessarily my cup of tea. I appreciate it. But there was actually commentary with Michael Bell and his daughter in Soul Reaver 2, and that game is probably close to 20 years old now. If not over 20 years old. And he talks about being like in his 60s there. So like Michael Bell's got to be up there. I actually looked him up to see if he was in the Rugrats reboot.
And I'd probably be one of the few guys to get him to sign my MASH DVDs over there because he's in MASH.
So he is actually, he's still acting, but man, like how old is he?
Do I need to Google this for you?
Yeah, I'm looking it up, but on his Wikipedia page.
83 years old.
Wow. Okay, so that would make sense. Yeah, Soul Reaver came out. He was talking about being 60. So, and interesting thing about him too is he actually had one of the first Kickstarters that I remember where he was trying to do and voice visual novels for the Dreamwave stuff. And reprising some of his roles from G1, so yeah, it's like the thing
passing away.
Who did? Oh, Jack Angel, yeah, like that was the thing, going to TFCon and meeting Bob Budiansky and Gary Chalk and Venus Terzio. It's like if you have an opportunity to meet people that
as long as you didn't go up to Bob and say, "Phew, glad I made it in time."
Oh God, no! I tell you though, anecdotally, meeting Stan Lee was one of the saddest things for me.
Just wasn't, yeah.
It was right before his wife, right before Joan passed away. Like I met him at Awesome Con in I want to say 2017, and he was checked out.
A friend of mine had the same experience meeting Tim Curry.
Wow.
Really? Tim Curry, huh?
Yeah, he's propped up in a wheelchair.
Really? I didn't know.
Oh yeah, he had a severe stroke.
whether you like Joe Rogan or not, I was listening to him talk about how he used to open for Richard Pryor, and I didn't realize that Richard Pryor used to, like, not used to be, but in like the end, I never knew until like a week ago that Richard Pryor was in a wheelchair.
Oh
before he
yeah, he
passed.
was he had a severe MS.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And like, so Rogan was talking about like how they got him on stage, and like they had to like turn the like the volume all the way up to the point where you were yelling feedback, because like and it's like funny, like I love Richard Pryor stand up, and you think about him like bolsterous, loud, like very punchy, and here's a guy that like he's, because I watched his I Ain't Dead Yet special and I was like, I had no idea. And Rogan was talking like he would go on after him, and he was like, it was that things he's like trying to do stand up as they're like getting Richard off the stage. So it's like, yeah, if you have the opportunity to meet folks that mean something to you, they say never meet your heroes, but at least I think do it. It's one of those things that if you don't, you don't. So, for me, like, it was funny. I met Billy D. Williams in 2017, and oh yeah, Michael Rogers says Nichelle Nichols is also checked out.
She officially retired from the convention scene.
Yeah, and that's something, is like, for a lot of those people, it's like there are a lot of people that are like really passionate about, like James Dugan, super passionate about, actually saved the life of one of his fans.
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel like we do that every Thursday.
Oh yeah, give or take. But I guess like meet people if you have the opportunity.
Well, people tune in and they're like, I'm sticking with this show until he tells a funny joke.
Oh well, however you
kept
get
people
there.
alive for at least a year and a half.
Whenever it happens. We're gonna go right from like kind of sad news to some promising news here.
Oh, okay.
All year, like, Figure Action, I think, has been like beating a dead horse about retail. I mean, obviously we know that there's issues going on in retail. We know there's shipping delays. We know.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing in my local stores, I think T-Man's been seeing it. This was recorded on Sabertron.com. People and fans are posting images of their what the hell is that? Didn't want that. But here you can go on the message boards. That's not what we wanted to see. You can see
Combiner Wars.
Yeah, Combiner Wars is back. We're seeing Slug. We're seeing Galvatron, Ultra Magnus, Grindor. And I can tell you from my personal experience going into Targets that I've actually been seeing a lot of toys on shelves. I know it's not like that for everybody. Patriot Prime, I've been trying to help him find some Masters of the Universe figures that they just aren't getting out in West Virginia. Matt, you live pretty local to me, and I know your experience. We've both been seeing some of these well-stocked Targets.
Very well-stocked. Like, it's stuff. It's some repetitive stuff. I mean, it's your Flints and your Lady Jays and your Cobra Commanders and some older waves of stuff. But I mean, good God, it's nice to see some shit on and just instead of just stocking empty pegs. Especially Christmas time, when actual kids may want some of the stuff that they never got a chance to buy before.
100%.
Now there are actually things on the shelf. Like, just because Galvatron is from 2 waves ago doesn't mean some mom is right. Doesn't mean that there's some mom that's not buying him for their kid right now.
Yeah,
for Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or Santa is.
I gotta derail here. I saw something. I was watching Danhausen, because everyone's got to love Danhausen. If you have not watched him, he is my favorite wrestler / reviewer, and he was going over the Spider-Man wave, and he was handling the J.K. Simmons figure of J. Jonah Simmons. And he was saying, can you imagine being some kid not knowing any context, and this was like the only figure grandma could find on the shelf of a balding man pointing his finger?
I mean,
it looks like Grandpa.
What is sad is for Star Wars, I'm not seeing the restocks.
No. Oh my God.
No.
Black Series doesn't exist anymore. Like I see the
It exists on eBay.
just everywhere.
I see Nick Nolte Nick
Nolte,
Nolte's,
and Nick Nolte, yeah.
yeah.
That actually, Nick Nolte just voiced it. He actually was not in the costume.
He wasn't. Oh,
No,
well,
the same
still.
woman who played the frog thing that was trying to get the eggs transported was in that
Quill.
the one that was in the costume.
Yeah, I mean, like characters that I think collectors like. I mean, Flush did a great video. I think it was Flush at least about like what's going on with. No, actually, no. It was Mechatron did a really good video on like what's the logic behind some of these short packs. Like, some of the collector focused character. Like his opinion was that nobody should be short packed, but like the collector focused characters, it doesn't make sense when you have big characters being short packed.
Like Fennec Shan is one per case in that
Yeah.
in that wave that's coming out. Like, really? Your brand new like figurehead,
Yep.
new hotness figure is one per case? Come on.
Yeah,
now.
like basically Boba Fett's new sidekick. I mean, it makes no sense like what the rhyme or reason is to this. And it's kind of sad, to be honest, that we're dealing with this. Nightwing Home says that's why the fuck I got out of Star Wars, or Army Builders. Yeah. I've been saying this for years now, where they need to have evergreen characters. Like you should always be able to find your Optimus Prime and your Megatron. You should always be able to find Stormtroopers. For GI Joes, we shouldn't see Cobra Commander. Oh, well, actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. We should see Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
But Lady J and Flint should have been part of a wave. We should be seeing Cobra Infantry. We should be seeing Duke, Destro, Snake Eyes. I mean, granted, you could get movie Snake Eyes, and he's good enough. And those movie figures are not moving because they didn't come out when the movie came out, and they didn't advertise the movie. But that's a discussion for another day.
If you go on Hasbro Pulse right now, the only figures on G.I. Joe Classified available are Snake Eyes movies and Flint.
Yeah, and that's available at your stores. And they really need to restock. They really need to restock Destro, Duke. These are great figures, and they need to be out there for the hands of current and future collectors. So,
but good on them at least for getting out something that there is.
Exactly.
Right now you can go out to almost any Target and get a Cobra person and a GI Joe person. Good guys and bad guys.
Yeah.
Although I still haven't seen Barbecue in person.
I never saw Barbecue, and I was actually going to say that. Like, I had no problem finding Breaker, but the only time I've ever seen Barbecue was the one I ordered.
Same.
And that you didn't even see in store. You just saw it. It was delivered right to your lap.
Right to my door.
Which means I will never see any of those Viper recolors or bats.
But at least you pre-ordered them.
Nope.
No.
I never got a chance. I was at work when the pre-order happened.
Oh, they went
he
back
blinked
up.
And he missed it.
Nope, I clicked the wrong link. I apologize, folks. So TFCon Toronto happened last week, and we're going to kind of breeze through this one here because there's not too much to talk about.
Was there a third-party panel?
I don't think there was.
Okay.
I didn't see one. I mean, if there was...
I never saw the news story if there was.
Yeah.
I didn't see any news stories on this thing, except I think Age 3 and Up said we have a great display, and they were showing a lot of stuff that wasn't Transformers there.
Yeah.
They actually added to that little... They actually had more stuff from that diorama thing that you bought, Matt.
Yeah, I saw that. They have some bigger robots. I keep my eye on it.
So, yeah, these were like... They were announced after our show last week.
Yep.
Jay says those Target Vipers were up for a good while. Hopefully
and you didn't get Dave one. Damn it, Jay.
Yes,
Mike
they were
Ryder says,
up from
I heard there wasn't
12
a panel.
to 3, and I was working with customers from 11 to 4.
You need to give you need to make like Carrie your like personal secretary for pre-orders.
She was in school.
Kids can have phones in school. So Homer Simpson
understand.
Homer Simpson it a little bit like I'm pre-ordering GI Joes for my dad. Calm down, teacher. So yeah, these were the third. Jay coming through. Give him one of mine.
We'll talk. We'll pay pal later.
Community right there. So Fury and Riot, I love both of these. Like
Yes.
even getting Acoustic Wave, I'm keeping my Fury and Riot.
In
Like,
fact, I have them posed with him on my shelf right now.
I put mine with the cone heads. I kind of keep them like scales all over the place.
Dan Aykroyd or like Thrust and Dirge and
Thrust, Dirge, and
we're toy
Ramjet.
collectors, and NECA's got a bunch of. It's possible.
Honestly, if NECA came out with if they came out with cone heads, I'd probably be tempted, especially if they did a Chris Farley figure
Mm-hmm.
where they have the sandwich scene, because that's hilarious. No one eats a sandwich like that, but my mom. I'm probably misquoting that. But hey, if you wanted I'm sure friend of the show, friend of mine, Deluxe Baldwin's probably got to be all over these. These are just a clear version of Fury and Riot. I think these look pretty good, though. I think it's a little questionable they didn't paint the face on Rumble.
It's hard to see. Like I can't even really tell the details.
Because Rumble's blue, folks.
Yeah, unless you're T-Man. T-Man will fight you on that one.
He doesn't think Rumble's red, does he?
No, he thinks Rumble's red.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. Because that's what the toy box says.
God.
I can take him. He can fight me all he wants.
Our friends over at Toy Dojo, they have all of the TFCon Toronto pre-orders available.
And if they sponsored us, we'd tell you to go buy it from them right now. But until then, stick with the show.
They will have them available tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Yes, thank
Eastern.
you, Matt.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and we'll go over to their post real quick so the fine folks can see it.
Do you have all the figures you're going to show? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can get your blue Hellion, your clear Fury and Riot, or Ono, which I forget what Hasbro's calling this guy. It was a Diaclone character. I loved what Sony did for his show last night, where he put Santa's head on there, and I feel like had they given this guy a Santa Claus hat, like stupidly easy to do, they would have probably sold like gangbusters.
Well, did you see the accessories that come with it?
I did not.
You get a Santa head that comes with it.
That's actually an accessory.
That was in the display. I mean,
I thought that was a Photoshop.
No, someone in the chat ring in, but I thought I saw a Jack Skellington head and a Santa Claus head that was interchangeable on this guy. Tell me if I'm wrong, Michael Rogers. You seem to know your shit, so chime in. But I think that comes with him.
Someone DM Matt that with that fact.
Yeah, DM me all kinds of. Never mind. But no, this guy. I mean. Yeah, if he has some interesting accessories, I might get that. If that Hellion is sub 100, I might jump on that because I wanted that mold, but I don't want to get another Cliff Jumper.
I want to. If I was at that convention, that Hellion's the only one I probably would have pocketed.
Right, same. And he was supposed to be at ours. He should have been at Baltimore. There you go. The Santa head from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yep.
Holy crap!
Yeah, those are accessories that come with it.
Well,
I need to see a picture of this.
Yeah, it was on Sony's. I'm looking for it now.
We know how much I watch his stuff. Wait, I didn't tell it. He's not watching, is he?
He doesn't watch us either. It's fine. Yep, you get 3 heads: Jack Skellington, Awkward Santa, and Santa from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I got it pulled up here. Wow.
There you go.
Had they advertised this?
Well, they did at the show. They had it displayed like that, and that's the only place you could get it so far. So now they have advertised it. Now you know about it, and now the pre-orders are going to go live tomorrow morning or tomorrow at 1.
Thank God, I'm Jewish. I don't need this.
No, it comes with a yarmulke and a dreidel.
Yeah, Dave, you know that like the Hellion repaint, that's Hanukkah colors, man. That's your blue.
I said I was interested in the Hellion repaint. This one,
yeah. So he did. Yep.
Man, it sucks though. Like if you pre-order it, he's probably going to come out after Christmas.
Yes, January. They don't ship till January.
God, that's so. Maybe I'll pre-order it so he can be like. See T7 nowhere right here. Now I kind of want this. This is where I'm at right now. Because I have all those.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that 138 for this guy or for the Hellion? Okay, Hellion's 96.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they have been like 80?
Just
Come on, Michael
remember,
Rogers.
Yeah.
just remember, you can't transform him with the Santa Claus hat on.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's. I don't need this guy, but I do kind of want that Hellion.
I kind of want Ono now. I do like this mold a lot too.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
Well, let's get into our last little bit of third-party news here.
Sure.
Actually, no, we got two. This one's kind of fun. I don't really do too many of the Dr. Wu pieces. I do collect Movie Masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got Little Monster, which is Dr. Wu's take on a wheelie.
Pass.
I'll be honest with you. I can't believe that thing transforms. Once you see the alt mode, that's pretty fucking clean. I mean,
I love
considering.
It's clean, but I hate wheelie.
What's going to be the deal breaker for me is how big he is.
Yeah.
Because
a woman said the same thing to me once.
Yeah. But I think it looks great. I will probably wait for Deluxe to review this because I know he reviewed like the strap, or was it the scalpel, which I still kind of want. And that figure was priced right. I think he was like $20. But this looks pretty cool. Last up, we've got a figure from Fans Hobby. We've seen prototype pictures. Now we actually have looks like a near final picture. This is what they're calling Cap, which is the Headmaster Junior cab. He turns into a fire truck. And here he is, first scale with their power baser, the Ginrai component. And,
yeah. I had this. I had the original of this guy.
So I mean, he looks
for the American release.
Pretty good. I would also assume he's not going to be too pricey because really he's not that big. He's like the same size almost as like their Minerva, their Ghost Shooter, their Nightbeat. So looking forward. I love Fans Hobby and I like the fact they're doing characters that nobody else is doing.
Let's stay in their lane. I mean, that
freaking, show me that tidal wave. Show me that tidal wave.
Oh god, I can't wait to see actual prototype pictures of that. Speaking of actual prototype pictures, as we move out of Transformers, but stay with transforming robots, late last week, we got a good look at the Zord Ascension Project Megazord, which also went up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse. I'm selling my Solo Chigokin Megazord. I like this. Like when I first saw the pictures, I was like, this looks pretty good. And then when they actually said, hey, not only is this a articulated Megazord that we designed with...
Wow, it looks like Hellion.
I know, right? Not only is this a... it sucks when you lose your tab. Not only is this a 1/44 scale Megazord that transforms, that's highly articulated, that John Warden, one of the guys behind Transformers, is now working with Lightning Collection, helped make. I was like, yeah, I want this. So Kev's in here. This looks good, but it's no Soul Chigokin. I'm inclined to agree, but the Soul Chigokin, like, it's a good display piece.
That pose.
Right.
Kev, I've got my Soul Chigokin right there. I like my Soul Chigokin. I am keeping my Soul Chigokin. I'm still saying this is a superior figure because the fact that it's got ankle tilt right there, it can do a heck of a lot more, and I won't be like holding it with kid gloves the whole time. Yeah. And it's got that.
Yeah. I love the cockpit in here. I don't care if they're just printed on. I love the detailing on the chest. I know that this is a figure I'm going to be able to pose and move around and mess with, and it's going to also look good as a display piece. Like, I can't have multiples of these. I'm just at a state in my life where I don't have the space.
Oh, so it's like orgasms. You can have as many as you want.
This does everything I want it to do.
Just see, look, Matt just had another.
Yeah.
And another one. And another one.
Nightwing.
That's the other thing I like. I love
Yeah.
this. The only thing that would make that better if somehow there was just that little bit of paint, a little bit of white paint in there to
Yeah,
just break
because
it up.
when you get to like what they did for the Pink Ranger, it's like, well, wait a minute, they could have just left the chest unpainted, like for the diamonds. But still, I even if it's not painted, I like the details there.
Oh, that sucker's gonna get panel lined like nobody's business.
Yeah, I do wish the mini like for what they want for this guy. I do wish the minifigures at least had like a couple splashes of paint because it's
yeah.
like it's funny if you look at those world's smallest Power Rangers, they're fully painted.
Right.
Wait, Zero, you're getting 2 of these.
Yes,
I have to say.
the NFT one though, I'm probably gonna just keep in the box. Like that's more of an investment piece.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the Thunder Megazord imp? Hold on, this thing right here. Yes, I have seen that, and it does not separate, so that's why it doesn't have my interest. But it does look good. Just definitely not worth its price point.
This box, man. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this is turning out. I like the proportions.
As I said, I pre-ordered that thing right on the spot. It's coming to me. I bet you that sword ain't gonna. That sword looks nicer. I bet you that sword isn't gonna tarnish like mine's. Like mine,
Right.
Mine tarnished.
And also like on mine, like when you have him hold the mastodon head as a shield, the arm just goes out.
Yeah, I'm just
Trust
me. As I said, mine's doing it right now.
So
now when they come out with the damn Dragon Zord, the thing better have freaking missile fingers.
I 100% think it's going to have at least the missile fingers as an accessory. And I never got the Soul Jigokin Titanus. I just think like when you have like a guy who worked on Transformers for so long working on this project, I think we can expect great things to come. I will not be shocked if we get a Thunder Megazord out of the Zord Ascension project, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they deliver in future projects. Because if I can have my Megazord, my Dragon Zord, and my Thunder Megazord, and for basically what the Soul Jigokin costs, I'm happy.
Yeah. As you can see, Matt's completely behind this project as well.
I don't have any super important things to add, so I was letting you guys talk.
Okay.
Well, we do have some stuff that I know you're going to want to talk about because there was a huge Marvel drop today, courtesy of Hasbro. Let's get the Doctor Strange stuff out of the way first because this is the I don't know. This is like for and again, there's some spoilery stuff on the packaging, so we're not going to go through that. But this is the Multiverse of Madness wave. First up, we've got a new Doctor Strange. What do you guys think about this one?
I think the head sculpt looks a little weird on this.
I got the one from that last Spider-Man wave, so I'm good with that.
Yeah. I think the Far Away From Home one looks better, but it's still, it's hey, if you didn't get it. Here's another option.
This is a slightly different costume, isn't it?
He's trying to pinch a nipple, and he's pinching a nipple.
Yeah. He's tweaking. I'm sure probably the final product will look better. I mean, a lot of these product shots tend to look flat.
Stanley!
But, I mean, yeah, standard fare. Need a Strange, there's a Strange.
We get the better effects pieces with him. I like that the hands are permanently attached to the effects pieces. So you don't have to worry about
it's the same with the Far From Home one.
Yeah.
Which is nice that one doesn't have a Build-A-Figure piece, it looks like. What the hell is that Build-A-Figure? Aside from a Minotaur. I know it's a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway.
We'll find out.
I'm sure someone in the chat will enlighten us.
We've got Wong.
And they won't be Wong.
Yeah. Wong looks good.
Wong does look good.
Got his effects pieces as well.
Is this our first Marvel Legends Wong?
This is our first one.
Okay. There's a lot of. He comes with a substantial amount of stuff too.
He does.
He doesn't come with the tuna melt though.
He really should.
But you're going to get a Shopkins. And here we get our obligatory astral version of Doctor Strange. Now, granted, this is not as lazy as what we got in the very first time.
No, this one's actually pretty cool. I kind of like this one. Like, I'm not getting it, but I like it.
Yeah, look how they do a like the opacity is inconsistent, so he does like have this like kind of spirity vibe. The Eye of Agamotto is removable.
And Genie's lamp.
Yes, you get Genie's lamp.
Unless is Strange the genie?
He could be. He's blue.
That's what I'm getting at.
We do have a genie to talk about later on in the show, so I'm curious your thoughts on that one.
I'm severely disappointed she has single jointed elbows.
Yeah, it's kind of a. So here we have America Chavez from her upcoming. I think she's debuting in Multiverse of Madness.
Correct.
And I mean, I think the sculpt work, like the detail in the shoes is like kind of like crazy. It's
they're good shoes.
Yeah, it's well done, but yeah, it's kind of criminal when you have, especially a character that's not going to really come with any accessories to have limited articulation in 2022.
I mean, she looks like a good figure, but it looks like, well, an American doll.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and all they have is just a set of spare hands. Is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I see it's got that big chunk of the build. Yeah.
I think that's kind of their excuse going forward is like, well, like they did it with like Lady Deathstrike. Like she came with the biggest part. Yeah.
Actually, who is Spider-Ham was probably the biggest one of
Mystic Minotaur.
No, it's Rintra, Anthra. I can't. It's in the upper right hand corner.
Do that research for us, Dave.
Yeah, but Mordo looks cool.
Yeah, he looks a lot better than the as far as likeness is concerned. Looks a lot better. I mean, granted, this is how he's going to appear in the new movie. Maybe
I mean, when it comes to these characters, I say the more the merrier.
Crossbow looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think he's probably going to look better when he's in his actual. This all looks like hand-painted prototypes here. I'm sure.
I'm surprised he doesn't come with any kind of magic effects because isn't he a wizard or sorcerer?
I thought he lost his magic at the end of the first movie.
No, he just was killing wizards. That's all. We're killing sorcerers.
I think it says his name is Master Mordo, so I would assume there's some mastery going on there. But look at all the sets of hands. It's ridiculous.
A lot of
and a weapon and two weapons.
Fun fact: Sleepwalker created by Bob Budiansky. What?
Yeah. Good sculpt.
Good sculpt.
Save for the fact he's got the dated ab crunch.
He also has the Hobgoblin cape.
Yeah.
I like the wraps. I would buy that loose. Like if someone had separated it, built the Build-A-Figure, I'd buy that one loose.
I don't do a whole lot of figure customization, but I would think this would be good base body for some kind of hooded cloaked figure, like to just customize or kit bash.
Yeah. That's such an outdated body though, like Zero was saying. That's Despair. He's kind of a Doctor Strange generic villain, a horror villain
he looks like the Punisher of Doctor Strange's universe.
That looks like the Silver Surfer body too.
No, Silver Surfer was on a pizza body. Was on either the Pizza Spidey or Sunfire. It had butterfly joints. This does not have neither. Sleepwalker nor this guy has butterfly joints. It looks like
this looks like the same body that Reed Richards uses. I'm looking at it right now. He can with his fingers, just because I'm looking at like the where the maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, just the way that
pretty much passing on this wave personally.
Roland Reigns is a good point here. Some toy companies can't even match the old Bucky cap. I mean, it is a good point that like we're at a point where we're kind of spoiled with domestic toy releases. Though I do think that there should be certain standards with with articulation. I think female characters need to have double jointed elbows.
But you got to take into consideration that these things are creeping up in price too.
Well, I mean that's part of it. They're creeping up in price. I think that there needs to be a match. You know,
it's not that. It's just more of, like I said, like the Sleepwalker has a whole lot of stuff added to it on the exterior of the mold, which I absolutely love. This guy, though, is just very painfully generic with a cape and face.
Yeah.
But most this is not a wave I'm going to be hello, it's beautiful. This is not a wave. This is not a wave I'm going to be going nuts looking for.
Yeah. So this Doctor Strange with the portal effect, Matt, you're very interested in this.
I like that I like the design of Strange's outfit, and I like the portal effect. Now, is it worth $32?
Right. We'll see. Because it's like some of the deluxe figures you get what you pay for. Like I honestly think like the Vulture re-release. I think that's worth it.
Hydra Stomper.
Hydra Stomper. He was a ultra. Well, not an ultra deluxe. What do they call it? Because he was like $50.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you were able to use Target coupons and get them like whittled
base
down.
Price is $50.
Yeah.
This guy's 32, and I don't know if it's there when your only accessory is like they have tons of magic effect accessories for Strange.
I think this is going to be a figure that goes on clearance. In all honesty,
like I almost want to put my old the Dormammu head on that body if they'll take it, just because I think that look better as looks like a good villain. Hell, turn that into my MCU Mephisto.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. They had their live stream today with a ton of reveals. So we'll cut past a lot of the Doctor Strange stuff here, which they showed off. We'll start off with the Ragnarok Thor here. Wow, that hammer effect! It's crazy. There were third-party hammer effects like this. And now here we get an official one. Here we have.
He comes with Beast Man.
Yeah, so this was the 2017 SDCC version. And here we have the current version. Now, is this? I was looking off screen here. So this is a Walmart exclusive for Ulik. I guess they're timing this with Love and Thunder. The Thor wave. Is this the same figure?
Just re-released? The face looks a little. Looks like there's more teeth being shown.
Yeah, body wise.
Body wise, it's the same body. I think they changed the face sculpt a little.
Yeah, because he does come with two, but it's definitely different.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I will probably get that. I could see a lot of use for that with my photography. And with the two face sculpt, this is gonna. Now I'm gonna get mad.
Come on, how are you gonna get mad at like a new Zemo here?
Because I won't be able to find him.
People who have Walgreens nearby who are going to be able to.
I have Walgreens, I'm just saying, but my Walgreens never gets anything.
Didn't you hook him up with a Nova?
Matt did hook me up with a Nova. So when I need you guys to hook me up with this and to hook me up with the Jigsaw.
Yeah, this Jigsaw looks really good. I mean, like Punisher villains don't really get. Has there ever even been a Microchip figure from Hasbro Marvel Legends?
Nope.
Not that Microchip was a villain, but
he became a villain in the end.
Yeah, that's true. He did have that run.
Well, first of all, Punisher doesn't have many villains because not many of them survive him.
True.
So, I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm loving everything I'm seeing with that. That double-barreled shotgun that has effects.
The smoke, blast effects. You get
Yeah, Matt, you see in
a
this? Look,
aluminum bat,
look at this.
machete, 2 knives. Yeah.
I mean,
All of the accessories.
that's like a baker's dozen right there. Well, not quite a baker's dozen. That's a baker's half dozen right there for Marvel.
Yep.
Sportimus, check Walgreens website. They were available on the website for Red Alert at retail. And this is where we get into some really cool stuff here. I gotta say, like, there's a commercial that Hasbro put out for these throwback legends. I love this Toy Biz throwback packaging. Like, I remember when Marvel Legends first came out, and I went into Walmart and I saw the big clamshell boxes and got them. It's funny to think, like, at the time they were like $10 a piece. But I love the only thing missing from this is a comic. I mean, that's it. Those early Marvel Legends, I think I at least know the Spider-Man stuff all came with comics, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. These look good. They're kind of cheating because the old ones also used to come with those plastic backdrops.
Yeah.
They're just doing the cardboard stages, but that Tony Stark head looks great. Oh, good, Daddy
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah. So this, I think this is like the definitive comic Hulk. I'm calling it now. Like this.
I already pre-ordered it on BBTS.
Like that head sculpt there. That's something.
Oh, it's got that shading on there.
Yeah. Sir, Games, you can't spoil this for us. You can't say he's got the James Brown haircut.
This is for you, Nightwingham.
Yeah, I love this Gamma Stomp.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Like that.
That's my money right there. That's
Yeah.
me. Just I see the money.
Yeah. Like now the backdrops don't do it for me, but like that effects piece, like right there. I like how you can flip it around for the comic. Like that's a nice display. Yeah, that's some really cool stuff. So, yeah, here they get into some of their picks for the year. Interestingly enough, the World Domination Tour MODOK, that was like always an interesting one. I think MODOK is like the most underrated Marvel Legend of 2021. It's sad to me that it went on clearance like that. So here we get into some deep cut X-Men. Dave, take it away.
Okay, Vulcan. That is the third Summers brother. That is so basically he was born after he was raised by the Shi'ar. He was part of a lost X-Men team that was supposed to save the X-Men in Krakoa, and pretty much they all got killed except for him and the next guy, which is Darwin,
who was also in X-Men First Class.
Oh,
in a very bastardized form.
So
died pretty quick.
I mean, this wave I'm going to be all over. So you got Darwin. Vulcan was pretty much, they had to kill him with using a galaxy-wide freaking cataclysm. He was overpowered like all belief. And, well, Darwin's also overpowered, but I mean, the waist is ugly as sin, but okay, that Wolverine looks awesome.
I'm 100% in on this.
Are those bone claws?
No, he for a brief 10 minutes had a power where he could heat his claws up. And those are his heat claws. And I got more. I got more Spider-Man than I've got Wolverines, but yeah, that's going to be a welcome addition to the Wolverine shelf.
Yeah, I collect Wolverine. I collect Wolverine and Spider-Man in my Marvel Legends, and so I got to have that one.
This Sabretooth looks amazing. It's kind of more like the his early appearance, like when Sabretooth actually originally was not a X-Men villain. He was an Iron Fist villain.
Really?
Yeah. His first appearance was against Iron Fist, and this is much more akin to that. My only thing is, why the hell can't they give a Sabretooth freaking butterfly joints? Because
Yeah.
those claws, I mean, but this looks absolutely beautiful. Siren, I'm just that now knowing that they could do that freaking wing thing for Siren means I'm that much closer to finally getting a damn Banshee. She'll be for my X-Force shelf.
And she's got double jointed elbows.
Yes, she does have. She's using the new female buck. I'm happy with that. And then Havoc. This is the 70s Havoc, his first appearance style. And I love
awesome
that power up.
piece.
Jackman, you know what? There is more to the X-Men than Jim Lee. Because that Sabretooth was before Jim Lee. And that was original. You got to appreciate the originals to appreciate the current. And I love first of all, new power-up effects. Let's just call that up right now. Finally Havoc's got new power-up effects.
And it's kind of funny to look at this and then you look at that Doctor Strange and it's like what is the difference between a deluxe figure and a standard release when you have something like this?
That is Maggot. Maggot is from the short, underappreciated Joe Kelly run in the X-Men. He was part of the team with Maggot, with Marrow. I can't remember, Cecilia Rees. She had Fort. Those worms are his digestive system.
I lost my place.
I didn't see him. I might buy Havoc.
And then the Build-A-Figure is Bonebreaker from the Reavers.
That is an awesome path.
Which means I now need to freaking get myself another Reese figure.
So Kevin's review of Team Man's facial features, having just seen Spider-Man No Way Home, he's thinking that T looks pleased, so that maybe we should be pleased with the movie.
It wasn't bad. That's all I'm going to say.
So it wasn't so you're not saying it was spectacular or amazing?
He's saying it's more akin to being sensational.
It was amazing, spectacular, ultimate. All that.
Are you currently going to go pick up a new pair of pants?
Not yet.
Uh-huh.
Now he's just contemplating how he has no way home.
See, I'm really shocked. Right. I'm really shocked, Kev, you didn't take the day off to go see it.
No, he was going to show up with me, but I picked a place that only had one seat left.
Jeez.
What a friend.
At least by next week, everybody will have seen it. Mirrorverse. Wave 2. We're going to go from Spider-Verse, we'll go to Mirrorverse. I think you guys only have the Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, this Donald, I believe, is the smaller scale.
This looks like if fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure made a Donald Duck.
Yeah, probably.
I'll give you that one. That's actually funny as hell.
You know, all I see is Havoc. Marvel Legends Havoc.
You're behind.
We're looking at Donald Duck.
Yeah, we're looking at Donald Duck. He's gonna fucking
Yeah, that's definitely the smaller
punch
scale.
Somebody and his hand's gonna disappear, but his hand pops right back out. Blue.
Yeah, this is kind of bizarre choice.
Steampunk Baloo.
And his articulation looks wonky as hell.
Yeah, all of them, they don't have any articulation. Those are the kiddie versions.
Well,
It's like they took the tailspin and advanced it.
So some of them are not the smaller scale. We'll get to them, but I don't know if Baloo is or not.
Yeah.
But he's definitely lacking some articulation. I think he is probably smaller scale.
Baloo is one of the smaller ones. The only big one, 7-inch one, is Genie.
Yeah.
Well, they got a giant Sully and a giant Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But they don't have articulation at all. They're statues.
I think he just comes with a propeller.
And I guess we don't have to go through any of these anymore. T just kind of summed up all the figures for us from.
The sculpts are interesting. I'm
It's
curious
something. Yeah.
where the market is now. This
I like how
Genie
he's a
is
tank.
yeah. I will say, like, this Genie is kind of interesting though. Like the face sculpt, he looks like he's horny for no reason.
I mean, 10,000 years will give you such a crick in the dick.
Yeah.
How long have you been holding that joke in?
9 of
Did they
those,
come out with that
9,000 of
joke
those. I will tell you, this one might be a pickup for me. I really kind of like this. Yeah, he's interesting. I don't hate this.
At least he has double jointed elbows.
He does, yeah, and he looks like he has some good shoulder range at least. But I mean, he obviously doesn't have any leg articulation because no legs.
If they're gonna do Disney Afternoon, where's the Gizmo Duck? Where is the Darkwing Duck? Like I want like a noir Darkwing Duck. Like
hell, I want a Don Carnage.
Like if you're gonna do like a steampunk Baloo, like seriously, we'll go back to him. Like where's like my steampunk Gizmo Duck with like you know?
Yeah,
I'd be. Yeah, I mean, I don't need another rabbit hole, but I could definitely see a cool aesthetic with this.
Or Gizmo Duck in like a Tron style, like update him, like
yeah,
or fucking make him like RoboCop.
He kind of already is.
I mean, kind of, but I mean, he comes out of the Chip and Dale. They
could
do like a Chip and Dale.
A Chip and Dale combiner.
Chip and Dale. I want them to take the full extreme of having one being Magnum PI and the other being Indiana Jones, like all the way.
No, man, have Chip piloting the bottom half of a mech and have Dale in like the upper part of like a power loader top half, and have it be one character with both of them.
Or
New Gummy Bears. Nightwing says Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears
with the catchiest theme song of all.
I just like want a what was his name? Was it Monterey Jack?
Yeah,
from Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, I want him like looking like super cracked out.
He right. I mean, he kind of did when he got all tweaked, like when he got all
when he's on cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this Captain Jack, but can you imagine a version like that Captain Jack, but actually like looking like NECA quality? Like, I mean, I know it's
this is a missed opportunity because like they should have made him green and they should have painted his face more skeletal.
Well, this is based off of video games. This is not like an original stylization. This is whatever this Mirrorverse thing is. So,
is it a phone game or is it?
Which ironically, a phone. Okay, we're at a point where a phone game is getting action.
I don't know if it is or not. I'm guessing. I have no idea. So I could be wrong about that. I'm wrong a lot.
It's got to be a phone game. I mean, I'm very like on the pulse where console games are. I mean, I have all three major systems and PC. I have not seen any Mirrorverse stuff advertised.
It's a funny game.
Yeah, but okay. Again, we're at a point. I mean, how come this is getting figures that you think someone like Raid Shadow Legends would have gotten figures first?
I mean,
but then again, League of Legends is just finally getting figures.
Well, League of Legends wasn't a phone game; it was a PC game.
Right, but I'm saying like these are, but phone game getting goddamn action figures. That's where we're at.
League of Legends got it with Arcane, which apparently Arcane is really good. I need to check that out.
Yes, I finished it.
It is.
So I feel like they should just give in like McFarlane the Kingdom Hearts line. I feel like this is like a missed opportunity. I don't really I saw the Buzz Lightyear kind of selling, but all the other ones have kind of been peg warmers. I just really think that
because the Buzz Lightyear wasn't stylized to the point where it was still it would pass as a perfectly normal Buzz
Yeah.
Lightyear figure.
I think the hype for the Lightyear movie too. Like I hope like McFarlane can keep this license and can kind of like do other figures, because I don't want to see a bunch of Thinkway stuff or whoever did the Toy Story 4 figures.
I think it would have helped if the game was actually out.
Oh, it might be. I have no idea. Let me see. Nah, releases in 2022.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
definitely a problem. Like, where you bring this stuff out, but like, well, where's the connection to it? It's like, I mean,
Exactly.
these are all characters people know, but yeah.
I have
What do y'all think,
seen
Matt?
somebody who had them and they were not impressed with it once they had it in hand.
Yeah.
For this 80 Commander figures.
Sportimus wants a gadget.
The 80 I think it was somebody I think they were in Realm. They had their hands on it and they said they were feeling immediate regret after handling it.
Which were those? What are those?
The Centurions.
The
Those
ones those like third party Centurions.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, we got some Book of Boba Fett reveals. I'm gonna get this right out of the way. I want the Bo-Katan helmet. Lex, if you're listening.
Are you gonna wear it?
No, I want to put it on my shelf with my other helmets. I have a ton of
No,
Star
you
Wars
want Lex-
helmets.
I thought
Who's
you just
gonna
want
wear
Lex to wear it.
She could
And-
wear it. I could wear my Boba Fett or Mandalorian helmet. We could steam up the visors. Be a
Okay,
fun
Matt,
time.
you are no longer the weirdest person.
I was gonna say I'm gonna let this play out. I know where this is going.
They're gonna pass out in there.
I'll wear the. I'll probably get the. Well, I have the. I do have the
Machine.
repainted Boba Fett helmet on pre-order.
I mean, if she needs a targeting scope to find things on you, man, that's anyway.
Look, you use the targeting scope to find things you didn't know about.
You're not helping your case at all.
That's the joke.
That's
I
the
love
joke.
these Black Series helmets. I saw the Mandalorian Loyalist one at GameStop. I didn't even know that was coming out till I actually saw it in person. But again, finite space. Try to reserve what I have for main characters. But yeah, this is one that I definitely have to have. I know probably not too many people collect the helmets, so we'll get through this. Which basically looks like the Boba Fett helmet, which is an amazing helmet. Then we get our vintage collection Boba Fett. I don't think anybody here is doing vintage collection. I love the fact that he comes with Stormtrooper helmets, though.
Yeah.
I like that from a
actually, I
distance.
take that
They
back.
look like
Inutabi does vintage collection. So.
they look like the 6-inch figures from a distance now.
They do, and
Yeah.
and this is an area where I think that the like increase in price has really like shown itself. Okay, so Winston's also doing it.
Winston collects everything though.
That's true. Flame effects for his jetpack. Really good stuff here. And we also get a vintage collection Fennec Shond. Again, that for a 3 3/4 inch figure. This looks pretty damn good.
I think Boba looks better than her in the face.
Yeah, though I think it's funny. Like if you think about it, like Hasbro's been doing Tamora Morrison face sculpts for how long? Like I feel like there's at this point in time, there is like absolutely no reason why they shouldn't have like his face sculpt down packed. I think honestly, he probably if you count like the prequel movies, has had his like face sculpted probably as much as like Luke and Han.
But to be fair, they've never been able to get Luke down 100% though.
No, they haven't. That's what's crazy though. I do think that that Jedi Knight Luke that was supposed to come with the Rancor that's also coming out later. I think that's their best attempt.
Yeah, I agree.
And so that'll probably be one that I pick up for my, because I collect Jedi, Sith, Mandalorian characters. I'll probably pick that one up when it comes out. All right, let's move on to our final news topic. And I wish our friend Florida Man Joe Crab was here because I really want to pick his brain on this one. We're getting more of the Dragon Ball superhero Figuarts figures from Tamashii Nations. We get a look at is this? I can't tell if it's Gohan or
It's Gohan. It's the Goku and the Vegeta have been long since revealed when the movie was announced. But I think the Piccolo might be new, and I know the Gohan is new.
Well, they do say in the release that the Piccolo is a new figure.
Yeah, okay. But that is definitely new. That's their ultimate Gohan. The thing is, though, with all these pictures, these product shots, like that, I hope they're not bare bones. They need to come with something.
Well, if we go back to Goku here, at least it looks like he's coming with hands and faces.
And a new face. Yeah, that's definitely a new surprised or shocked face.
Yeah.
Gohan and Piccolo have a lot of cleavage.
That's an odd statement.
What's interesting is like the price point for these is they're in about $40 a piece.
That's not bad. And that's what they're starting to do with these figures too. I mean, Target's been a great outlet to just be able to pick one up.
Well, I think they kind of need to compete with the Dragon Stars line in a way. Like I feel like a lot of people are satisfied with those. Like if you just want representations for the characters.
Again, Dragon Stars for $20 or $25, you get the character, multiple hands, a blast effect, like
and no app crunch.
Key effect. Yeah, you're missing some stuff on the figure, but I mean, overall, your display options, I think, are a lot more.
And I think that's the thing people have to realize, too, is some people just want representation of a character on their shelf.
Right. He doesn't have to, like, suck his own dick. He can just stand there and have a cool effect.
Does Bandai, like, half own the license or something?
Not sure.
Because I noticed that they're way cheaper than like Marvel and Star Wars SH Figuarts.
Well, I think that they probably have some stake in it because like Bandai and Bandai owns Namco now, and then Namco has the license for the games. So I wouldn't be shocked if there was some sort of like long-term agreement. This is something maybe I'll like dig into. With Bandai and the Dragon Ball line.
Well, the other thing, the price differential too has a lot to do with the Bluefin importing. That especially with the Star Wars figures, you see a lot of Bandai exclusives, which then cost way more to bring over to the other stores.
Yeah.
You see, like I said, if Bluefin in the past, if Bluefin had decided to not import it, you had to go overseas to get it, which jacked the price up.
Unless and the Star Wars Japan.
Right. But then again, too, like the Star Wars license is the Star Wars license, and it's kind of those figures are just more expensive.
Yeah.
Same thing with your Marvel figures.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. I feel like Figuarts has like 2021 was not a good year for Figuarts. Maybe for the Dragon Ball line again, like Joe was kind of our expert on these, I think. We got Kevin in the chat. Bandai has a long-standing agreement with Dragon Ball, dates back to the beginning of Dragon Ball, basically a lifelong deal. And I do remember seeing those import figures years and years ago, back when I read EGM. And like, if you know, and you could actually, there was like a little thing where you could like, it was like an import before the internet. Literally before the internet, if you wanted import figures, there was a catalog like in EGM's magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly, where like they had different figures, and you could call an 800 number and like tell them like which figure you wanted, and they were all Bandai figures. And I remember thinking like, man, these are really cool designs before I even knew what Dragon. And we're talking like 94, 95. And of course, I saw the prices like $30 for an action figure. You know,
Yeah. Oh.
God, yes. If only I knew. You go back in time and tell like 9-year-old Jordan, like, it don't get any better.
You go back and tell 9-year-old Jordan, like, just maybe try some crack, because that's going to be a
Oh
lot
God,
less impactful.
yeah, like black tar heroin at least.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you'll have more money that way.
exactly. I ultimately I think these look cool. I outside of Monster Arts and Dragon Ball, like what has Figuarts done this year that's been outstanding? I do have a friend named Tyler who picked up the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, and he actually is very fond of that figure. But it's just like, man, like we used to look at Figuarts as like a pinnacle, and it's just amazing to me that while the prices of stuff has gone up, if you look at like what we're getting from brick and mortar figures, like when we're looking at the Marvel Legends reveals, what we're getting from mass retail releases is actually maybe better in a lot of ways.
Oh, I've mentioned many times that I think Figure Arts has completely fallen off its horse. You know,
Yeah.
you are not getting what you're paying for with them.
No,
Nope,
absolutely not.
Nope, I don't get into the Star Wars SHF. I basically got out of all SHF except for Dragon Ball.
What makes me sad too is that they have a terrible time at completing lines. Like, I was unboxing my figures in the basement earlier, and I came across my Street Fighter stuff, and I'm like,
And
well,
yeah, that was the nail in the coffin for me too.
yeah, like,
I was enjoying their Street Fighter stuff, and then Sagat came out.
yeah, and they haven't had anything since. Like they had Bison and Sagat, and that was it.
Which,
Like,
ironically, the Sakura is still one of my favorite figures.
yeah,
The
Sakura is amazing.
Vega was an
or-
amazing figure.
Yeah,
Blanca was an underrated figure. I mean, yeah,
I
and
like Blanca a
every
lot.
figure was great, and then Sagat came out. I'm like, what the high holy hell is this piece of shit?
Yeah. And it's like I don't want to let go of those figures, but it's at the same time it's like, well, should I just unload them and move over to Storm? Because at least I can trust Storm.
Unload them.
But it's like I like Ryu, I like Akuma. Ken is questionable. But yeah, as Dave was saying, Sakura is really good. It's just, man, it's like even Rashid is really good too. That's an underrated figure. It's just I just think a lot of people.
Is really good.
Yeah,
I never reviewed him.
Never got
think
him, actually. Didn't get him, and I didn't get Armika.
yeah, Rainbow Mika's really good. I mean, like Cammy is kind of like but like I enjoyed my Cammy figure because I got her at a Magfest for a really good deal, and it's just like when I see that figure, it makes me think of that convention I went to where I had a really good time. So, you know, it's
Keep them and mix them with your Marvel Legends and get Storm.
I like the Storm collectible stuff. I just the scales do not match unless you're like doing like E Honda. Maybe you could like fake it, but it just sucks. It was like I would love to see what Figuarts could do with E Honda. I'd love to see them just like kind of like say like, hey, we're gonna leave Star Wars and Marvel to Hasbro. We're gonna focus on the properties we have. We're gonna do our Capcom. We're gonna do do more Pac-Man stuff. I know they're doing Miss Pac-Man. I would have loved to have seen them do more Mario. I'd love to see them do a Peach. It's just I feel like they don't have their priorities straight, and it just sucks that we've seen them like pick up properties and just drop them off. Like honestly, I think their Ninja Turtles are some of their best figures, and it just sucks that they didn't do anything outside the four turtles.
And I think there was a picture of the Shredder that they never did.
Yeah, and that Shredder did look like it needed to go back to the drawing board, in all honesty. But I mean, I like my NECA Turtles a whole hell of a lot. But going back to like what we were talking about with Dragon Stars, one of the reasons I like the NECA Turtles is I have the representation. Like, who else is going to give me a Chrome Dome? Who else is going to give me a like a Mondo gecko that looks like he walked out of the cartoon. Chrome Dome is another. I mean, not Chrome Dome. Oh, Baxter Stockman, Metalhead, Slash. These are all figures that just look like they walked out of the cartoon, and it's just like they had a license and they just squandered it. And I think that's like the thing is like, does the S and SH Figure stand for squander?
Possibly.
Rolling Range says, "I'm getting out of Storm. Their plastic isn't holding up." I mean, that's kind of a shame, because it's like I haven't had any issues with my Storm, but I'm primarily doing Storm Mortal Kombat. Like that's kind of it for me. And like their Mortal Kombat figures are like, I still need to get Kung Lao, but like their Mortal Kombat figures like totally scratch that itch. So it's like McFarlane's doing a good job with his figures, but I just prefer those classic designs over the really hyper stylized stuff.
I just want my Morrigan.
Stanley's Toy Channel says, "I like the next stuff for TMNT. Hard to find the movie figures." And yeah, the movie figures.
As I said, me and Storm, we're very good friends.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what
Kung
they
Lao
do.
isn't that bad. You said you were having trouble with Kung Lao?
No, I haven't bought him yet. I've been working on Christmas stuff, and I went through my arcade cabinet kick. So
I tell you, with Kung Lao, you got to heat up that hat.
Well, at least for the player 2 Kung Lao. So we'll see.
No, someone was complaining about it in
the regular one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I hopefully early on in the year I'll be able to get him.
Yeah.
Rolling Rage says, "First round of Ninja are falling apart. I got the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 ones myself. I would have liked those first rounds, but at the same time, I kind of like the Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3 designs. Just me.
I got them all. There's the first round ninjas are up there. They're holding. I got them all except Noob Saibot.
What'll be interesting too is, speaking of Storm and Mortal Kombat, they got the movie license, so it's interesting to me we haven't seen those figures shown off yet.
Oh god, they just finally released a Grappler Bakai figure, which I'm not Grappler Baki. Keegan Ashura. Good night, Matt.
He just dropped, and had he waited, I would have just been wrapping it up. So I guess it's a good time to wrap up the show. I will not be on next. Well, actually, I can't say I won't be on. I'm going to be in Philadelphia or at least Pennsylvania for a good part of the day, so I might not make it on next week. But then the following week, we'll be doing our wrap-up show to talk about our favorite figures of 2021. I mean, 2021 is kind of a crapshoot year, but I think we got some really awesome figures. So I'm really looking forward to coming and talking about what we liked this year. So, gentlemen, start thinking about your top 10. And that'll wrap it up for tonight's episode. So yeah, a lot of fun chatting with you guys. Everybody in the chat, and of course our lovely panel here. And also, I think for our last show of the year, I'm going to give away a T-shirt, and maybe we'll give away one more thing. We'll do a twofer on the Teespring store. Like, you can get a mug, or I want to see somebody get the Dave Gator. I want to see somebody get it.
Night Wingham's Starscreamer is in the mail.
Well, there we go. And we'll try and get those other two shirt designs uploaded through the week. I got to design one too. Before we wrap it up, Stern Games Go says, "Worries me about the figures. Will the plastic hold up over time? Anytime that we have rubbery plastic."
Anybody who bought a Hot Toys Hulk.
Yeah. Whether or not that's deteriorating in the box. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight's show. Again, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching us. Killbots to slam that like button. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Ring the notification bell. And that's going to do it for us tonight. We will see you all this time. Or no, same time. Not this time. We're wrapping up now. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Thursday on the Figure Action YouTube channel.
And you might see me on TV on TNT Wednesday night at 8 o'clock.
Well, check that out.
Because we're going to be at the AEW match.
So if you can get that, we got to re-upload that. Anyway, that'll do it. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you all next time.
Peace.